Everyone talks about how empowering solo travel is. The freedom, the courage, the adventure. But what no one really talks about is the silence that follows when you reach your destination and there's just no one by your side or no one to talk with. Or the ache that creeps in when the beauty in front of you feels so much to hold alone. This is the truth about solo travel that I never heard anyone mention, despite I've been doing a few of solo traveling in the past. But this time, my Vietnam journey wasn't just about the landscapes I saw. It was about the inner landscape I had to face. When I finally got to travel after the turbulent start of the year, I thought I was running toward freedom. But somewhere between the noise of markets and the quiet of my hotel room, I realized I was also running from something, from exhaustion, from noise, from a version of me that forgot how to breathe. This year, as I was navigating my burnout, my mom's cancer diagnosis, and sudden change of workload or work environment, when I finally had this space for myself, I sort of didn't know what to do with it. Being alone forced me to meet the parts of myself I long ignore, the restlessness, the longing, the loneliness I tried to bury under routine. In Sapa, the mist rolled in like a quiet friend. I remember walking through the fields, in awe by the mother nature. Yet I had this feeling of loneliness till I had to talk to myself. Waking up to this is amazing. Sunlight, nature, cool air. And walking down the unbeaten path. It's always exciting. It's like a big, warm hug. It's lovely. And there you go. Good morning. I was craving for meaningful interaction, till by chance I stumbled upon a local Hmong lady as my guide for a spontaneous trekking. She didn't speak much English, but there was a calmness in her presence, and I can feel her genuine personality. I somehow trusted her to lead me to wherever she would take me, to a point where I had to challenge myself mentally and physically as we walked through this tiny pavement along the rice paddy. This is crazy. As I held her hand so tightly and walking side by side like a crab, I did question myself. What the hell did I do? I tried not to look down and trust this lady that we will make it. So we did. As we walked through the rice paddy, the hills among the village, I can't help but feel calm and content with her presence. Connection doesn't always need words, just a genuine presence and good energy. Sometimes it's the shared steps, the shared breath, the shared silence. It was a beautiful moment for me. A few days later in Ninh Binh during a day tour, I met another solo traveler from Tokyo. I initiated our first conversation and we somehow connected instantly. Maybe because we both carry that same quiet loneliness that travelers often hide behind smiles. I had a profound moment during the scenic boat ride in Trang An. There was a point where everyone fell into stillness on that boat as we were completely absorbed by the breathtaking view of the mountains, the gentle rhythm of the paddling boat on the river as the soft breeze brushing against our skin. Suddenly I felt tears rolling down my cheeks. At that moment, the solo traveler that I've just befriended held that safe space for me, as if she understood it was what I needed. We both sat in silence for a moment. I felt like we shared something real, be it our brief stories, laughter, the comfort of being understood despite a language barrier. She makes me realize that it's not impossible to actually meet someone who I can just genuinely connect with ease, without all of these superficial conversations or facade, just align energy and vibe. She gives me hope. And of course, as all travel connections go, we said goodbye. I remember watching her silhouette fade away and thinking, this is what solo travel teaches you, that people come and go, sometimes for just a few hours, but they can still leave something that stays with you long after. This is what I've been yearning in my solo traveling, profound new life experiences. Back to my solo mode, the ebbs and flows of my emotions. There were nights when I questioned why I was doing this, sitting alone, moving from place to place. What was I really trying to find? In that solitude, I started reminding myself to simply accept whatever I was feeling. I've always been comfortable in my own company, so why did this trip feel differently? Why did these emotions and thoughts surface so intensely this time? Maybe they were nudging me towards something deeper. I began noticing how the world mirrored back my state of being. When I slowed down, everything around me seemed to slow down too. For a moment, I didn't have to worry about work, about my mom, or about the quiet storm of my own emotions, or what comes next. I could just be. Maybe that was what my body needed all along, a chance to regulate, to reset my nervous system. Maybe that's why it felt so uncomfortable at first, because I had finally stepped away from all the noises. Vietnam became more than a destination, it became a mirror. The stillness I once felt turned into the space where I could finally hear my own voice again. Solo travel isn't always glamorous, and I think it's important to let go of the expectation that a trip alone will instantly lift you up or make everything clear. It can be disastrous, fantastic, emotional, or even lonely, but it's also deeply healing. Because somewhere between feeling disconnected and being found, you start to realize that solitude isn't emptiness, it's space. Space to breathe, to rediscover who you are, to remember what it means to simply be. But the point is, it's already a small win when you are willing to travel alone. It takes gut, and sometimes I would say it's a privilege. So, celebrate yourself with solo traveling. Maybe that's the truth no one really talks about, that solo travel doesn't just take you somewhere new. It gently brings you back to yourself, no matter what emotions arise along the way.